And now we look into a little bit of European football. Another graphic from Sport Tank highlighting it was announced maybe like a year and a half ago, or at least several months before this announcement, that some team had bought up Leyton Orient, and it was rumored around that being possible for an ELF franchise, and it seemed that it was recently confirmed that essentially London's going to get a professional American football franchise which plans to join and play out in Europe. How do people feel about the fact that it looks like we're going to have a team that's looking to go out there and compete in Europe? Like,
I think it's been some of the most exciting news for everyone as a whole since Jason Scott's initial call out for everyone to sign up to GB. I think a lot of old retired players have kind of tapped into this as well as a chance to see what they can still do. But I think for everyone, it's just kind of grabbed everyone's attention.
No, true, fair. It doesn't seem like they're not going to be in competition until 2027. So, but it's good that it's going to be out here. I know T's already said that he's no longer going to play ball anymore. Well, what about yourself, Josh?
You can coach.
Listen, I would love
T head coach.
It depends where my body's at, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you're not a young man. You're not mid-20s.
Bro.
In fact, young mid-20s.
How are you?
Certain injuries will do it to your body, man.
Oh, yeah.
Injuries will do it to your body, and it depends where I'm at. But before my injury, younger me, it will cause a lot. I think it will cause a lot of players who've fallen out of love for the sport. So I know there's an issue with players that's come through under 19 programs, just falling out of love for the sport and things like that. It will cause them to maybe even lock in even further and create something for them to aim towards. If they don't want to go overseas or go to certain GFL teams or ELF teams, they have one right at home.
It's at home, yeah.
So I think it's a very good thing that they've brought this over, or they're setting this up.
And if it didn't
I'm looking forward to it. And bro, we can just, if we're down in London, we could just go catch a game, things like that.
I really hope
we franchise the sport here. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like it at the moment, which I think UK needs. So
I would be really happy if this comes to fruition. Even just the excitement of being at the games, knowing all the other people from the community that will be at the games. I think it'll be a vibe.
Yeah, I think it's excellent. I think it's beautiful. Like you said, I hope it gets off the ground.
I just hope they take their time and set up correctly, man. That's
if it starts in reasonable time, I'm going to shoot my shot at it. See if I can make the squad. Definitely.
Set it up correctly.
Apart from not playing, do you have any other opinions on it?
No, I'm excited. I'm just as excited as you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm just as excited as you guys. I mean, I have aspirations to coach in the ELF. So, if that was at home,
even better, even better.
But yeah, I to be completely fair, I think if I could get involved with this kind of team, it'd have to be doing D-line stuff first, and
don't work your way up. No,
being someone's assistant and then working up from there. So
doesn't sound surprising, unattainable. Looking forward to it.
And talking about this British team that's possible entering Europe, gives us an opportunity to talk about Europe generally, because although this is a British American football focused podcast, with the fact that we've got a British team looking to enter Europe, see what the European landscape is looking like. And there's been a little bit of division in the European landscape. One thing, I highlight the ELF network here. I find it a little bit funny, but the ELF network, I don't know if it's actually officially
I don't think so.
Affiliated with the ELF, but it's basically like a group of group of people that have created this, or a person has created this, and they basically pump out content. They're like the ELF or the European football equivalent of Sport Time. They get the content out, and they've been dropping some gems, to be honest.
I have a question before you continue, because I think this actually plays in quite nicely to the above two things that we've just talked about. If you had two picks for the London ELF team, right? One of them is just a British person that plays anywhere, and one of them is a British person that plays in the UK. Who are your top two picks? First, off the board. One that basically plays in either Europe, Canada, not the NFL, obviously, because they'll be playing in the NFL. But if you had to pick two players, right? Can be any players. Okay. One of them plays in Europe. one of them plays in the UK, who would they be?
Well, I'm gonna limit it to linebackers in and around my position, just personally to do that. The one in the UK, that's not even a difficult decision for me. That's going to be Rob Warren. That's not hard. Then the one in Europe,
or further afield.
Yeah, I don't follow it that well, but I think the name that keeps popping up to my mind straight away is probably AK, the up and comer, who won.
I thought you were going to say
rookie,
that.
Yeah, who won Rookie of the Year for the ELF.
I thought you'd say that.
Rookie of the Year. So those would be my two picks. What I put on the spot here. Yeah, like they're definitely, yeah. Because I'd think about my own position and like what would I want. Rob Warren is an easy shout out, and then yeah, AK. Let him give him his props. Like he's done a job, and he's a young talent pushing forward that just loves the game. So
okay, you guys got some? Just two? What?
I'd have to think about it. It's probably not my first answer, only because I haven't had time to think about this. But yeah, this is a difficult one. I think. So you said playing locally and playing abroad,
basically, yeah.
Someone that's based from the UK and based anywhere else around the world, but is British.
Just gonna go with two people I play with. I played with to make it easier. Oh, that doesn't count. Sorry, I'm messing this up. So if I'd go with a receiver, my wide receiver would be Lewis Kirby.
Okay,
that would be my ex receiver. Wouldn't have to think about that. And local player, still playing. I can include players that retired this year.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say Andy Owusu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair.
That's not a bad shout.
Again, this is just I haven't thought that through, but I think we're talking a local player. I think as a local player, Andy's a really good pick as a local player, and I don't really know too many guys abroad, but I would comfortably pick Lewis to play in most of the teams that I would pick for myself.
Lewis,
Kirby.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, it'd probably be Kirby again or Tommy. Tommy playing in Canada. Wilson, Tommy.
Yeah, Tom Wilson.
Probably him.
Did he not play?
We saw him play at Potsdam.
Yeah,
he played Potsdam as well. Yeah, it'll be either him or Kirby for players overseas. For players in the country, Ben Harrison.
Love it.
Maybe because I still think his ceiling is he's still young.
I think he's got a really high ceiling.
Still high. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And he's that good right now. So, like, by the time this team is developed and everything, like, I think he could be in a really good position for that.
What about yourself, T? The man that asked
Max
the question.
Parkinson and Mark Stewart.
Oh, okay. Wow, yeah, he had it off the top.
Oh, I knew Mark Stewart was going to be in there. Sorry, you say Mark Parkinson?
Max Park.
Max Park. Who does he play for?
Nordic Storm. Won a championship.
Oh, okay. Sorry, international. Sorry.
Was with Saskatchewan. Rough Riders, maybe.
Rough Riders.
Saskatchewan.
There's a team called Rough Riders.
I think so. Obviously, it was with the University of West England Bullets. Shout out Max Parkinson and Mark Stewart, my guy. Yeah, those were. I just thought it was interesting because obviously we're doing top players, but it's like if you get to pick, like, and everyone you're talking about would count as British, right? So they would be, because I think you'd probably be able to pull from, if they're making London ELF team with all the rules that you have for those.
They got to be Prem registered though.
Huh?
No.
For the ELF.
Just have to be
sorry, I thought you were talking about the thing before.
I'm saying it's a nice. I think it's like two things because you're talking about like Prem baller potentially, but then it would be the UK and Ireland with maybe like another country would be like seen as homegrown.
Oh, okay.
So, but
I like my two picks.
And then in terms of talking about a little bit of the European landscape, there's been a little bit of division. So ELF Network was dropping a lot of the content, but essentially European League of Football had the really tough off season where a lot of their teams basically formed, well, they called it an alliance. They called it
Nelly's
an alliance.
Nelly's in his media bag. Nelly's in his media bag. Yeah.
The European Football Alliance, they formed an alliance and essentially were basically highlighting that they just weren't happy with the way in which the league has been run and operated and some of the things that's happened across the league. And I don't know any of the details, but I know in the vast majority of years, they have had a team that has just struggled to operate.
Revenue share. That's the big thing. They didn't know what was happening with the finances, so all of the like TV sponsorship deals and all of that kind of stuff. There's supposed to be some sort of revenue share, but a lot of the teams were saying that they didn't see any of that money. They wanted more transparency with how this money was being spent, where it was going. And then you obviously have teams who are like not like struggling to like pay people and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of, I think the big issue was they didn't like the fact that leadership was not transparent about, apparently there's all this money coming in, but we're not seeing any of it. Like, what's happening with that? So
no, okay, fair enough, and that's led to as basically a split where you've got from left to right. For those that don't know, European League of Football, the Alliance, which is the European Football Alliance, and then another league that was then separated. And we've got a small timeline that I'll show in terms of American football, the League Europe, American Football League Europe, essentially, which is a separate entity. And for more detailed look, I would definitely direct people and tell them to look at the ELF.network. They've got a nice little graphic that explains a lot of this story and the timeline as they've seen it. And like, yeah, they're doing excellent work. I'm not gonna lie, excellent work is what they're doing.
When you say they, are you referring to the ELF network?
Yeah, ELF.network. Okay. Yeah, they do excellent work, to be honest. This is just like a small meme, like essentially like, a lot of the European teams, doesn't matter who they are, where they are, they got the ELF to their right, to their left, they're looking at something else that's nicer. They just don't want to be about this ELF life. They've been looking away. So
you didn't know anything about this, Junior?
Anything about what?
This whole like European drama?
I do, but I didn't read too much into it. So the way I've seen it is you've got like a happy couple and then they've broken up and then they've told everyone and then like they've gone into mediation and then they got back together. And then apparently they've broken up again.
Well, that's what we get into. Talking on that, essentially, yeah. So they had the alliance form, and they were basically saying they're going to make a separate league. And then the ELF chatted back, saying like, you're under contract, you can't be set in a separate league. Like the expectations that all these teams are going to play, and that's just a little bit of posturing. Eventually, they came to an agreement, and they dropped this communication on the 26th of the 11th on the of this year, so 26th of November. Basically saying that, they've come together, they've come to an agreement, and they're looking to progress forward with this. And then some of the teams were happy. I guess the Alliance got what they wanted, but some of the teams weren't happy. They were like, what? Like, they were not happy about it. So that's like basically like a week later, or a week and a couple of days later, 2nd of December, suddenly a press release from this American Football League Europe saying, nah, we are doing our own thing. Like, so, yeah. And that's just one snippet. You can go to their individual Instagrams and get the full story. But essentially, you had the ELF that's been running for like 3-4 years. It came to a head where a subset of the teams in the ELF were like, we don't like how this is being run. Formed an alliance, said they're going to create their own league. They had a little bit of posturing in public, talking about, oh, we're going to do this, they're going to do this. They then mediated, as Junior highlighted, have come together. And then one of the groups are like, nah, they're still the same person. I ain't about this. And then decided to leave and create another league. And then currently, as it stands, this is currently what it's looking like. This is a cut-up of a graphic from the ELF.network, where essentially in the European League of Football, you have these sets of teams. In the AFLE, you have these sets of teams. So the European League of Football and the Alliance, although T highlighted that, or it might have been Junior, you might have highlighted that, essentially they never really saw it as a separate thing. They saw it more as a union fighting for what they wanted. They've got what they wanted, so now they're back in the fold. So these are the teams, these are separate teams. I find it interesting that there's some sort of expectation that there's a London team in both. Like,
well, not necessarily a London team.
It says London team UK.
I think
Team UK.
That must just be an assumption that team is there. But
the London team and the Milan team, so it's not the Milano Seamen. It's those two teams are coming in 2027, according to the ELF. They've said that, they've confirmed that 2027 those two teams are coming. Then the AFLE, the League Europe, I think that's what their Instagram is, the League Europe. They've announced that as part of like, the quiet stuff that they've been working out behind the scenes, they are confirming that there will be a team in Italy, a team in the UK, a team in France, and a team in Monaco, as well as those 4 teams all signing on.
So that's just, if I'm correct, the UK team they're both referring to is the same team, right?
No.
Oh, they're different teams.
I don't think it is the same team.
Okay. This isn't. I'm sure that we're gonna have them on board.
The London Guard, I think, is referred to in the ELF
well,
team.
if that's what they're going to do.
If that's what they're called. But based on our previous graphic, the London Guard or the London team that we've spoken about that's got a franchise is allegedly in the ELF.
Yeah, for 2027.
Sorry, I recognize all these teams, but I don't recognize the Alpine Rams.
Oh, that's a separate thing. So those are new teams that haven't affiliated with any league.
Oh, they're new. No, Stuttgart are not new.
Stuttgart are not on that list because
they've got a separate issue, right?
Yeah,
insolvency.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? I just got to say, like, justice for Chad Wallen, because they use his picture on the insolvency post.
He's not even there anymore.
And he wasn't there this year. He just praised before games and during games. So they got a picture of him like kneeling down. But you know, that also can look like somebody's upset at something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Chad wasn't even on the team. Justice for Chad, bro.
But that is crazy as well, because the fact that Stuttgart are insolvent
after winning the championship,
literally the latest winners, it's mad. It's actually mad. So
I think it's very lazy. Like when you were stealing that picture from anywhere, it would definitely not have been dated 2025.
Yeah, but but it's not even stealing. They have the rights to the picture.
Wherever you've taken the picture from, it's an old picture. Come on, man.
It's a picture.
I don't know that they have.
No, but it's not so much. Sorry, it's not so much like stealing it.
Network, but not Stuttgart, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, they did steal it.
My bad. But yeah, so those two are basically separate because they're not affiliated with even any of the leagues, any of the European.
That
leagues.
makes sense.
Cool. But yeah, that's a little bit of Europe